actually live right now. Okay, 1 2 1 2. You guys can hear me? We are live with another class, another time here speaking English. I'm just asking for your confirmation if you can hear me. You can actually hear me through your phones. My microphone's supposed to be working right now, so 1 2 1 2. You probably are listening to this. Anyway, we're going to get settled. We're going to get started with another class in which is going to be focused around your speaking. Okay. For that, I'm going to show you this presentation right here on the side. So, is your English intermediate or basic? This is our topic of today, and why? Because, well, especially it's all around conversation. It's all around your ability to throw out questions and ask someone a question. It's a pretty basic. It's supposed to be pretty basic, but you got to know how to do it, right? It's pretty practical class we're having here today. Basically, how it's going to work. I am going to ask you questions, and you are going to be answering those questions by your own, or you can read the given answer we have right on the presentation. All right. So with this class, you can also discover new vocabulary, learn grammar, and speak out loud. Don't forget, guys, speaking out loud is pretty important for this practice, and I hope you do it the best that you can. Okay. Good. The first one we're going with is this one. I'm asking you this question, and you are going to be answering my questions straight away. Okay. So, what were you doing this time in the last week? What were you doing this time last week? And then you're going to say, I was studying for my final exams, for example. Remember, this is just a statement. This is just an example we have right there. If we get to talk about grammar in this question, guys, you see that we got the color on what were you doing? Were you doing? Here we're talking about the past, okay? What were you doing? Doing. We're using ing and using were, talking about the past specifically. I'm asking you about this time. Oops, my voice. This is my voice. So I'm talking about the time. This time specifically in the last week. What were you doing? And then you're going to say, you give your own answer. I was what? Studying. I was playing. I was watching TV at this time last week. Okay? If you got any questions, you can comment down below and I'll be answering them within the class. All right? Cool. We started here with the very first question talking about the past tense. Now, I'm going to ask you this. Have you ever been to a foreign country? Have you ever been to a foreign country? It's a yes or no. You answer me with yes or no. Yes, I've been to Spain. I've been to Spain. Or no, I haven't been to a foreign country. Teacher, what does foreign country mean? Foreign country, it would be a country that is outside your own region. Like I live in Brazil. For me, USA, it's a foreign country. So I actually have never been to a foreign country. I haven't been to a foreign country. Pronunciation, you can repeat with me. Foreign country, foreign country, foreign country. Okay? Repetindo em voz alta, repeating out loud. Need you guys on this. Okay, pretty good. Have you ever been? Você já esteve? If you need any translations with Portuguese, right? Next question we got for you guys. Good. I like that you're sending the examples, the answers to these questions right here in the comments. We have Bruna participating. We have Walter who is there also as well. All right. Okay. The next question is this. What's the most interesting thing you've learned recently? What's the most interesting thing you've learned recently? What's the most interesting thing you've learned recently? You know, learned, it's like study, you learn and you study. What is the most interesting? You know, interesting? Interesting is the opposite of boring. All right. So, what is the top one, the most interesting thing you learned recently? You tell me. An example would be like this. I've learned a lot about different countries lately. I've learned a lot about different countries lately. You can repeat after me for pronunciation. I've learned a lot about different countries lately. I've learned a lot about different countries lately. Pretty good. Okay. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you choose? If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you choose? Here we're talking about a condition, right? We're starting the question with if, if you could. We got the word could right in the past over there. So, if you could live, se você pudesse morar anywhere in the world, anywhere in the world is like qualquer lugar do mundo, okay? Where would you choose? Where would you live? Onde você would you choose? Onde você escolheria? So the answer, we got the answer right there, right there. I'd love to live in a cozy cottage in the Scottish Highlands. I'd love to live in a cozy cottage in the Scottish Highlands. Scottish Highlands is it's a place from Scotland. Okay, so where would you love to live if you got to answer this question? If you could live. For any of you guys who are watching this, we're gonna close the live, and I'll see you on YouTube. I got an Instagram live turned on, and I'm gonna end that up. Okay. So while you guys answer this question, it's important to observe how we work with the grammar and everything, because we're talking about condition. If you could live, if you could, se você pudesse, all right? We have some answers here. I would choose to live at Berlin in Ireland with my daughter. Good. That answer that Walter gave us, I'll choose. Just don't forget here, we need to use choose. I would choose. I would choose to live. Not chose, but I would choose to live in Berlin, in Ireland, with my daughter. Very good. I'd love to live in Dubai. Okay. Pretty nice. Where would you guys love to live? Let me know in the comments. So, what's the best advice you've ever received? What is the best advice that you have ever received? Here we got a contraction, guys. We got a contraction of you have, you've. Repeat with me. You've. So, what's the best advice? This word advice, do you know what it is? Advice would be something that you tell someone. It's like a recommendation. It's like something you experienced and you usually say good things about. Or sometimes you give an advice so other people won't do the same, like the people won't have the same mistake as you had. Advice in Portuguese means like conselho. What's the best advice you've ever received? My grandmother always told me to be kind to others. To be kind to others. Kind to others. When you are kind, this word kind could be a new word to you, vocabulary. Kind means to be someone that is, let's say, someone that is warm with other people, someone that is respectful. It's like gentil. Okay. We got some examples. Advices, or let's say on some different pieces of advice. Don't take anything that someone says to heart. That's a good advice. To keep everything secret about you, that is one advice. To love what you do. We got more people commenting here on advice. All right. Next question for you guys is this. What's the biggest challenge you've ever faced? This can be a difficult question here. It's a deep question, right? But what's the biggest challenge? Challenge is like something difficult, okay? What's the biggest challenge you have ever faced? The biggest, we have the word big, but we're talking about the biggest, the most complicated challenge you've ever faced. Give me your answer in the comments. You have to answer, you can answer that out loud. So the answer we got right there is like this. I had to overcome a lot of obstacles to get where I am today. What is the biggest challenge I had to overcome? Overcome, this word right there. When you overcome a challenge, it's like when you go over that. You do something that is great, that makes you overcome, that makes you battle, that makes you fight the challenge that you are faced with. Okay? That's it when we talk about challenges. The biggest challenge you ever faced. You have ever faced, que você já encarou. Então, qual foi o maior desafio que você já encarou? That could be. This is a simple question now, and I want to hear from you. What is your favorite way to relax? What is your favorite way to relax? Hey, relaxing, chilling out. I like to relax by reading a good book or going for a walk. I like to relax by reading a good book or going for a walk. Listening to the ocean, it's a good way to relax. Nice. All right. We got it right there. Okay. How do you guys like to relax? You see that in this question here, we are using to relax. You can say, I like to relax, or you can also say, I like relaxing. Do you know about this? This is the gerund we're talking about. So you can say, I like to relax, or I like relaxing. It's up to you. Okay. Next question goes like this. What is the worst job you've ever had? What's the worst job you've ever had? The worst. Okay. Here we're talking about the worst. Think about the best, right? And the worst. They are two opposites right here. The best and the worst. So the worst is bad. What is the worst job you've ever had in your life? I once worked as a telemarketer and it was the most exhausting experience. Okay, here I want you to repeat with me. Once worked, once worked, once worked, once worked. Nice. Okay. I want you to repeat that because you pay attention to the pronunciation of ed. Worked, worked. You're not saying worked, but worked. And another one you can repeat with me is the most exhausting, the most exhausting, the most exhausting, right? The most exhausting. Exhausting, if this is a new word, exhausting is like tiring, something that makes you tired. This is exhausting. It's bad. Okay. Question. What's your favorite memory from childhood? What's your favorite memory from childhood? Childhood, we're talking about your times as a child. The time in your life when you were a child. What's your favorite memory from your child? We have here some answer, very good. When I flew on an airplane to Disney World. Amazing. I have fond memories of playing in the park with my friends. I have good memories. Fond memories is like good memories of playing in the park with my friends. Okay? That's it when we talk about childhood. What is your best memory, favorite memory about childhood? From your childhood? You can leave it in the comments. And something else you can pay attention there is the use of playing. See that in the example we got right there? We're talking about I have fond memories of playing. Because remember, this is a preposition of. After preposition, there is always ing. So we're going to use ing on the word play. Of playing. That's why we say of playing there. Mm-hmm. That's it. Okay. Now, talking about places again, I want you to answer me this. What is the most beautiful place you've ever visited? Remember, we talked about the best, the worst. Now we're talking about the most beautiful place you've ever visited. What is it? What is the most beautiful place you've ever visited? Is it Rock City? Where is Rock City? Which country is it? Moscow. Moscow is the most beautiful place I've ever seen, for sure. So once again, you can repeat out loud. Moscow is the most beautiful place I've ever seen, for sure. Okay. All right. It's in Tennessee. Okay. Mila, I'm just curious now to ask you this. You're watching this class. Where are you from? You're watching this class here today. I see you're a new student. Where are you watching this from? Let me know in the comments. Okay. We got also Colorado. Horsetooth. That is a peculiar name. Colorado. Oh yeah. We also got in Morocco. Tangier. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Tangier in Morocco. Okay. Different places. Yeah, getting back to the question here. Here we got the question. The most beautiful place I've ever seen or ever visited was Gramado. Gramado at Christmas. Okay. This is back in the south of Brazil. Good. Okay. Nice. Next question is, What is the most exciting thing you've ever done? What's the most, remember, the most exciting, the most like thrilling, the most interesting. Exciting is a word for interesting. What is the most exciting thing you've ever done? Parachuting was the most thrilling experience of my life. Now, this was something I did for real. I had a chance to go parachuting on the day of my birthday, and it was really thrilling. Lot of adrenaline. The adrenaline was pumping on my veins because it was really intense. It was crazy. So, most exciting. What about you? You see that I started the sentence there with ing. Parachuting was because I'm talking about the past, something I've done in the past. And then you give like the most exciting, the most thrilling, for example. In this case, we would say flying on an airplane. Flying on an airplane was the most exciting experience of my life, for example. Okay. What is something now you would like to learn how to do? What is something you'd like? Can you repeat this with me? You'd like, you'd like. Here we got a contraction, okay? A contraction of you and would. You and would, you'd like, you'd like. So what's something that you would like to learn how to do? I'd love to learn how to play the guitar. I'd love to learn how to play the guitar. That'll be it. I'd love. The question goes with you would, you'd like, you'd like, you'd like, okay? And the answer, I'd love, or I'd like, I'd, I'd, I'd like, I'd like. I'm repeating this several times so then you can fix the pronunciation right there. Okay, I'd love, I'd love. Pretty good. Now, what is something that you are really good at? What is something, one thing that you are really good at? In this case, when you're using good, to talk about good at and bad at. Something that I'm really good at is at solving problems, for example. I'm good at playing soccer. I'm good at drawing. What are you good at? What are you guys good at? I'm really good at solving problems. Solving problems, in case you don't know, it's like when you deal with difficult situations and you work it out, you make it work, you solve problems. That's what it is. You fix them. Congratulations, everybody. You just finished understanding more about intermediate English. Why? Because in today's class we talked about the past in some practical way, asking you I was asking you questions, all right? And you were answering me back using the same structure, learning new vocabulary, learning how to pronounce certain words, and of course, most importantly, having the whole comprehension of everything there. So, hey, I just wanted to say thank you. If you enjoyed this class, you comment down below, speak fast. And I'll see you right in our next class. Have a good evening, everybody.